Hi there, and welcome to this Max Moment. So I want to share with you an experience that I had when I went to the golf course recently with my beautiful wife and father-in-law. Now, I don't typically play golf, but I appreciate the sport and what it takes to be successful at it, right? And we literally just went there just to have a little fun on the driving range, right? Nothing too serious, and we had an awesome time, right? It was great. And even my beautiful wife, she'd actually never played before, but even within just a few short shots and a few swings, she was hitting the ball really, really well, and I was so proud of her. Okay, now anyways, as you know, okay, I am so passionate about seeking to find and share with people how the little things can make the biggest impact on our lives, right? And I noticed something at the driving range that day that I wanted to share with you. And so you may be familiar with a concept that I've talked about before, right? And it's called the Pareto Principle, right? Or in other words, the 80-20 rule, which states that in many cases and events in our lives, about 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. Or put another way, 80% of the results that we achieve in life come from 20% of the things that we do. So you just have to figure out what those things are and do them more often to accelerate the pace of your success. So now, I'm at the golf course, right? And I see the driving range is packed with people and they're all hitting shots, right? And most, if not all of them, are hitting, shots as far as they can down the fairway, working on their long game. Well, then I turned and I happened to look over at the practice green that was right behind me, okay? And I saw that there were only about, maybe 3 or 4 people that were putting from various distances working on their short game, okay? Now, don't get me wrong, right? Practicing to get better at anything, right? Especially your craft, right? It's a good thing, but understanding what to practice and why to practice is just as important, right? And so it got me thinking that if you look at the breakdown at the driving range that day, roughly 80% of the people that day were working on their long game and only 20% were working on their short game. Now partner that with a statistic that I read recently, which says this: in an 18-hole round of golf, on average, 41.3% of all shots are with a putter, and half of those putts are within 3 to 5 feet. And also 20% of the shots are chipping from close range, which means that combined, roughly 60% of the shots that people make during a round of golf are within 100 yards of the pin, which accounts for maybe 2 clubs in the entire bag. So then my mind immediately goes to thinking about, how does this apply to living life at the next level? And I came to think about this. If you want to get better at golf, you have to master the money shot, which is that 3 to 5 foot putt. And if you want to take your life to the next level, you have to master your unique skill set. Yet when I go back to my experience at the driving range that day, I only saw 20% of all the people that were there to improve their game, working on a skill that, based on the stats, produces 80% of the results. Are you with me, right? So now I'm going to leave you with this. An amazing man, a coach, mentor, and is a friend of mine by the name of Marv Dunphy. He always tells me this. He says, you get good at what you spend your time doing. And so based on my experience at the driving range, if I had a choice of what to spend my time on, which we all do, right? I would want to spend most of my time working on the few things that are going to produce the biggest results in my life. Do you agree with that? So then my question to you is this: what is the money shot you have to master in your life? And as you think about that, choose to make today a great day. And as always, choose to live life to the max. And I'll see you next time.